Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another live stream. Today is December 23rd, 2024. One of the last days in 2024 here that we're going to be trading before the new year. Going to try to squeeze in a couple more dollars out of the market before we shut it down for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. May resume for a couple days after that. The typical Santa Claus rally may be in effect this year. If you don't know what that is, since 1969, the S&P has averaged a little over 1.3% between now and New Year's Eve, just about every year. So it's a good time to be invested in the stock market, I believe, and we're going to probably be looking for some long positions on the NASDAQ futures. The March 25 futures is what I have up here. And let me get a sip of this coffee real quick. Yes. We're going to be looking for some long positions today after retracements, much like the one you're seeing right there that happened at, 8:30 this morning or so. And yeah, without further ado, let's just dive right in. Let's look at some key levels we're looking at. Market opens here in 6 minutes. So we have a few minutes just to get ourselves acclimated. I like to get to my computer about 8:30, do some technical analysis, and then come back to it around 9:15, and see if anything's changed, and then wait for the market to open before I start taking positions. So this is what I'm looking at today. We have bounced off of the session lows down here from 8:44 this morning. And, whoops, let's get out here to a 5-minute candle chart, or even a 15-minute. There we go. All right. So we had a major sell-off when the Fed announced they were only going to do 2 rate cuts next year. We've traced all the way down here, and now for this session, we are back. This was the 20th here. This is Friday where it inched up and then kind of retraced down. So we're kind of bouncing off of the Friday lows where it closed. And now we've been in this channel since it opened yesterday at 6 p.m. Again, futures contracts open at 6 p.m. on Sundays and close Fridays at 5 p.m. That's all East Coast time. So we're kind of bouncing off the previous session lows, looking for a little uptrend, moving up towards the moving average. Something I'm definitely interested in seeing is, can we get to VWAP, which is right up here at the 648 level. So that is VWAP up here. Well, no, that's actually the moving average that's on this one. My trading view chart over here has the VWAP at 648. So we're well underneath that, and we're going to see if we can push back up to it. So may take a long position here. Market opens in 5 minutes. We can take a long position and put a stop down here below our session low and try to get up here to 648. That would be a decent one. RSI is pretty averaged out right now. It's starting to look like it might push up. It's hitting a resistance level here. I don't know if I can get you guys on my trading view chart over here. Let's see if I can switch that over for you. Trading view, where are you at? Can you see it? I wonder why it's not allowing me to show you guys trading view. Huh. Okay. I'll have to figure that out. But anyways, trading view I have over here, and it's looking like it's going to break. Now we just transferred into a buy indicator. That's good. Yep, there it goes. We broke a previous level, so now we're getting some higher highs, which is good. Let's see here. With the market being open in 4 minutes, so I put a little risk on here. Tell you what, I'm going to put 1 on in just a moment here. I want to see a little bit of a confirmation. All right, we're going to put one contract on. Super small, very risky trade, simply because it is kind of guessing, but the one contract is so small it's not going to hurt me if it goes against me in any way. I have time for this to play out. So I like to use this Volumatic by Big Beluga on TradingView. It shows you sell and buy trends. It's very convenient. It's kind of like Super Trend, but a little bit better in my opinion. And really the play right here is I'm trying to get up to that 647 level, like right in there. I'll put a target on this one, like right here. Just simply because I don't need to extract everything out of the market. Sometimes if you get too greedy, you won't get the closure that you want, and there's no point in being too greedy. All right, up 18, 19. Market opens in 1 minute and 30 seconds. I'm sure we'll see some big volatility spikes here in just a moment. I usually don't like to be in a position when the market opens purely because there's so much liquidity that comes in. It'll spike around and you'll get stopped out for whatever reason. And it doesn't mean that the direction is going to go there. It's just a big old candle wicking back and forth for everybody that's now able to sell. Got 1 minute left. May close this position for a micro profit here of $10 before the market opens, just because I don't want it to be a dog. I don't want it to be a loser when I'm already winning just because the market opened. All right, we're going to close that order filled. Super small win, but it's a win nevertheless. What did we get there? $38 on the day. I think that was a $10 win. I don't usually trade one micro. I usually trade like 4 micros per account, and I have 2 accounts here. So, yep, there it pushes up. I wouldn't be surprised if out of the gate this pushes up to VWAP at the 47 level before it retraces back down. Market's opening now. Here it goes. And that right there. That's a very small wick candle, but boom, it touched down here, and then it may push all the way up here to VWAP. Something like that is just silly. It can stop you out. So just be prepared around market news or market opens that those candles do exist, and they can close you or hurt you. That's pushing up towards the VWAP level like I anticipated. Yep. That would have played out nicely. That's okay, though. A win's a win. Wait for this to play out before we figure out our next position. I just threw my affiliate link for Apex in the chat for anybody that is not familiar with it and wants to use it. You can get 50% off right now on their evaluations. Basically, if you can pass their evaluation account, they'll give you actual capital to work with, and that's what I'm doing here. So I have 2 $25,000 accounts that I trade with. So I don't have to put up $50,000 in my own money. They give me $50,000 to invest and allow me to keep the first $25,000 in entirety that I make. And then after that, it is a split of 90% to me, 10% to them. So just recently passed these 2 accounts, and I've only had a couple days trading with them now, and I'm working to grow them out to the 26,600 level, 23,000, or I'm sorry, 26,000, 27,000 area, or then I can start making some withdrawals and take capital off the table. To get past, all I had to do was prove I can make $1,500 without losing $1,500. I did that in like 1 or 2 days, and now I have the actual PA accounts that I can withdraw from once I make profit. So super simple and easy, and they only cost, a few dollars compared to losing $1,500 if you don't know what you're doing. They only cost like 30 or 50 bucks to get an account. See if you can make it happen, and if you don't, you only lose that initial investment of maybe 50 bucks. If you do pass it, then you get to move on to an actual funded account, and that's awesome. All right, so we're looking here at a solid push. It is now above VWAP. 65% delta on the buy side, which is good. That is a clean trend number. If you can break this level, I think we'll be going up here to the, what level is that? 685? Somewhere in here. Which looks like it might. Let's see. RSI is showing it's extended. Rather than guessing and putting a lot of risk on the table with 4 contracts, I'm going to let the market come to me and let it show me the direction it wants to move. This may be exhaustive and run back down here. It may push up here, but I don't see a trade yet, and I'm not willing to risk anything just yet. Starting to look like it's getting a little bit of a rejection off that level. Still bouncing off of VWAP. RSI extended. This is setting up for a little bit of a retracement. Coming back down to the moving average. No clear direction just yet. Still waiting for something. Still waiting for something. Well, let's go ahead and group these two together. We'll trade these two together. Excuse me. Got a little bit of a confirmation out of there that it may have a continuation up, which is good. 930, the 935 candle has not broken out just yet. 930 to 935. Okay. This is looking like an up pattern is going to form here, guys. We're going to put some long.
Order filled.
That was a perfectly timed entrance. Let's see. It has bounced off of that previous 5-minute candle pretty well. Give it a chance. All right, we're out.
Order filled.
$100 loser. That's okay. That happens. Yep, there's the retracement all the way down to the simple moving average. Could have had a better entry there, but that's okay. It happens. Lose $100. It's all right. If it had gone in my favor, we would have made $300, $400. So Not a big deal. We'll find a winner. Bouncing off the simple moving average nicely. Solid push. The delta is now at 16% to the buy side. It has shrunk significantly. 39,000 buys, 33,000 sells. All right, market, give us a direction. We're going to have a lot of chop probably before this 10 o'clock news that drops on the U.S. consumer confidence. All of this is just kind of chop until then, it looks like. I thought maybe on that. I like to trade a strategy where the first 5 minutes you let the candles form. And so here's the first candle. And we got into the high side of it. We hadn't fully broken out, I guess. That was my mistake. I should have waited for it to fully break out and then come down and retest. But from my analysis, I thought maybe we were breaking out of there and it was going to shoot up here to this next level. So I took an early risky trade. That's all right, though. Had I been correct, it would have been a very profitable trade. Now it looks like we're just sitting here in this chop zone. We need to break out of it, retest it, and then look for a continuation. RSI is now settling back down to the 50 level, which is good. So it's not showing it's too overextended. It's at, what, 65 right now. So it bounced off the 50 level here. Let's see what we're working with. Hope everybody has a nice Christmas and holiday season this year. Down here in Tennessee, everything has been pretty nice weather-wise. It's been cold, but it's been sunny and dry, so that's been nice. Still chopping. Still chopping. Take a little long position off of that bounce. No, too late. 620 level looks like a level that has given a lot of support. We're going to do a little sell-off right there. Little retracement.
Order filled.
Sell it. Make a little bang.
Order filled.
You pick anything up off of that? What, $5? $3. All right. Really wait until 10 o'clock to get any further progress on this market direction. I expect a lot of chop today. May have to be patient with our entries and exits to just let it play out. instead of getting stopped out, because the market direction is not following anything. It's just chopping right now. I'm going to downsize the contracts just a little bit. I'll put 2 on down here with a stop. Right down here, and a take profit target up here. We'll risk 10.
Order filled.
20. It's got a nice bounce off of that level at that 620 level. That was a key level. If it breaks that, it is going to collapse down quite a bit. Hoping it doesn't. Big green candle. Come on. Not looking good. Not looking good. It keeps retesting that. There's the break. I should have exited earlier than I wanted to when it was in profit. Darn. I lose 20 bucks. Man, I'm on a losing streak so far. That's okay. In any of those other candles there, it would have been a big win. I've noticed something about this trading technique is that if something shows itself twice, the third time it usually breaks it, defies it, doesn't do it a third time. I don't know why that is exactly, but it just seems to be that way. So I should have taken some profit off the table when I was up 10 bucks, just close the position, but that doesn't follow my risk to reward. If I'm going to risk 20 bucks, I better make more than $10. That math doesn't math if you go over the long term, if your losses constantly take out your winners. So you got to let your winners play sometimes. Scale down your contract sizes if you're worried about it. Like I did. I knew it was a risky trade, so I took it down to 2 contracts instead of 4, so it had some room to play. And it wasn't going to kill me. Looking at this on a 5-minute candle chart, the 930. It is now outside of the 930 to 935 candle. If it does a retest there, which it looks like it's trying to, we are in a sell pattern. Bouncing off a level at the 580 mark. If it breaks that, I think we'll go down to the 512 area, if not the 545 area first. But again, news coming at 10 o'clock. We're going to wait for that. This chop could just be just that, just chop until we see a clear direction for the day, if there is going to be one. Consumer confidence coming in 12 minutes. 10:30 we have durable goods month over month that's coming. Kind of retesting that first 5-minute candle there for a continuation down. Yep, that's exactly what it did. The first 5-minute candle was this area. Came up, we retested it, and now we pushed down. Missed a good trade there. I was too busy looking at the news. Ugh, it's all right. There's always another trade. Always another trade. Ten minutes until news comes out. I don't know if I should end the live stream here. Obviously, 10 minutes of nothing going on is quite boring. No participation in the live stream today, so that's a little unfortunate. Usually I get several viewers to tune in. Just kind of starting this. I've been trading for several years full time, and figured I'd share it with the internet and the world just to have some fun with it. You know, I'm going to sit here anyways. Might as well have some fun. All right. Well, let's see. There's the continuation push down off of the 580 level. And it's going to rip down a little bit here, right off that level. Pushing down, pushing down. RSI is starting to show some extension. May get a bounce, may not. I want to take the short position here, but I also am skeptical of the continuation of the down. It may bounce. I don't know. Torn. I don't see a clear indication of direction just yet. It came off that 5-minute candle area right in here, came down here, retested it with this green wick, and then boom, shot down. That is the pattern that clearly sets up most days either to the upside or the downside, and that right there showed us that this is going to push down. Usually that lasts for about 10 minutes, which it has, but that doesn't always give you the direction for the entire day. So I like to make those trades right there. Unfortunately, I missed it today because there was just so much chop. Usually it sets up a little cleaner, a little faster. I would say by 9:40 you get that indication. This one, gosh, this was at 9:47, so it was a little 7-minute delay. It just stayed in this chop zone for a while. So I missed that trade. And there's a big push down again. Definitely in this level, this zone. If it breaks down here, we'll be taking some shorts. And we'll be riding that thing down to the 514 level. If it doesn't get there too fast. Let's see. Consumer confidence, 7 minutes. It's really bouncing off that 580 level, I'll tell you what. Big green candle. No consistency in this market right now, so we're just going to sit on the sidelines until we see a clear direction. I know it can be rather boring, but it is what it is. Sometimes hanging out, chilling, is better than losing money. As I've proven this morning, losing $127. Basically, I'm going to say over 3. $31 win, $11 win, $100 loss, $3 win, $22. Not a good start to the day. I mean, my losses are bigger than my wins. The only thing I could have done is exited a couple positions for $10 wins. But again, that math doesn't work when you try to actually trade over the long term, because making $10 wins does not offset $100 losses. So you gotta have some time in the market. You gotta have the proper risk to reward ratios set up and let things play out. If you're worried about things playing out, scale down your contract sizes and let things happen. Getting a nice push up, that's good. News in 4 minutes. Not taking any positions until the news comes out. Just gonna wait. Just gonna wait. Coming back and retesting that 5-minute candle area. It may get up here to VWAP at around 642, 641, then push back down. But again, with news coming, anything can happen. There's the 638, little push down. Just waiting for the news to drop. 2 minutes left, 2 minutes left. 2-minute countdown, ladies and gentlemen. Wait. Wait and see. News starting to come out here. 1 minute, 18 seconds. Then we can actually get into some trades here and see what happens. So far this morning, nothing really set up outside of that one trade. "48 seconds. Well, let's see if this even moves the needle. Sometimes this does, sometimes it doesn't. It's the only major news coming out this week. It may move it a little bit, but it may not, just because the traders and the volume are significantly going down for the holiday week. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boo. All right. Fast moving wicks. New home sales were less than expected at 0.664. It was supposed to be 0.669. Consumer confidence, don't have numbers for it just yet. Consumer home sales lower. Consumer confidence still waiting. Consumer confidence 104. Oh, that is not good. 104 was supposed to be 113. Not good. Will it move the market? I don't know. On a day like today, it's just kind of gridlocked between here and here. May not need to take a position at all because things are just too choppy. Been on a bit of a losing streak between Friday and today. I've lost about $300, $400 in this one account. This other account, I don't know, 200. Not the biggest deal in the world, but I like when I started at 25,000. I like to grow it up. It was up to like 25,400. Now it's down to 977. That's not great, but need to get that above 26,600 before I can make a withdrawal. I'll get both accounts there eventually when the market shows me some trades. This week may not be the week that I do a bunch of trading, just because you can see this chop is relatively unpredictable. I mean, obviously that one is one thing at 8:30 in the morning, but down here, could have taken a long play here. That's total chop, showed no clear direction. The only thing that set up was this one right here off the 5-minute candle that showed itself right here and then pulled down. That's the only one I could have seen in the market. Outside of that, it was just gambling that this chop would continue. So a $100 loss there was a bummer. There's the push down. Let's see, I'm going to take a bounce play here. If it continues. There's a good bounce. There was a really good bounce. May take a short position on it now. Let's see if we can get all the way back up there to VWAP or anything. Just crossing back and forth over the moving average. I have a simple moving average up with the 20 bar indicator. So the last 20 bars are what it smooths on. It's really just kind of staying around there. It's not a bang. Here it kind of did, but it didn't really. It still crossed it. Here it just crossed it, crossed it, crossed it. It's not obeying it. Like here, it stayed underneath it the whole time. Retested it, but then broke. I mean, here, this is a perfect example of a good trade. It comes down here, retests it, and then it stays above it, retests it, stays above it, and then finally crosses it. Those are clear indications of a market trend. This stuff, you just sit on the sidelines and you wait, or you get really, really lucky guessing, if you will. Might get a continuation down. Still chopping. It's trying to push down. Yep. How far it can go, I don't know. Excuse me. If it breaks there, yeah, might do the 514 like we talked about earlier, guys. Might also bounce. I'd like to see a confirmation, a breakout, a retest, and then a continuation down. The first breakout might just be a couple wicks, and then boom, pops right back up in there. But it has to actually break out, come back, retest it, show that it's going to continue down before I take a trade. Otherwise, I'd just play the bounce plays here and put really tight stop losses on it so that it bounces back up. Those are much easier scalps than trying to predict the trend or trade way too early. This is setting up like it's going to go down here and do a quick wick and then probably have a big candle back up. New session lows, 532. Is it going to shoot down to the 514 level, or is it going to have a big candle back up? It's working its way down. 512. I'm going to say we bounce around here, 514. I'm going to say we buy 2 there. Sell 2, stop. And our target will be up here.
Order filled.
On the market. Big green candle for me now. Come on. There we go. Ah, shoot. I don't like that.
Stop filled.
Well, on that dog of a day, another $14 loss. I'm just not seeing the market today, guys. I think I'm going to call it. $142 loss, $100 loss, so down 214 on the day. Just not seeing it. Some days you don't see it, and that's okay. You know, nothing major. That's a very small day in terms of overall losses. But if I'm not able to see these big green bounces or any kind of market indication or trend, I might as well walk away because the only thing I'm doing here is losing money. So today's not the day. Hope you guys have a Merry Christmas, and we will see you after Christmas. Probably be back on the 26th for a little bit of a trading session.